Perfect.
Shall
Go ahead.
I first joined Toastmasters about 10 years ago because I worked for the Humane Society of the United States, and I used to give presentations at City Hall in Los Angeles. And when you work on behalf of animals, or any cause I suppose, you want your message to be as clear, and you really want to reach your audience. So it was really helpful in that respect. Since then, COVID has happened. I no longer have a job, and I had an aneurysm, and I had to relearn how to speak again. So not only am I learning Spanish, but I also am trying to articulate more clearly. And I think Toastmasters will help me do that again. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're on.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
A little bit that way. There.
perfect. For me, it's totally different thing. I moved here to United States, and I didn't have any friends. I was just living with my boyfriend at that time, and I needed somewhere to start to make new friends. And I found Toastmasters, even though, of course, I need to improve, develop my English. That was not the main thing or the main action to come here. It was more to find friends, because I'm a very extrovert person, so I need friends to be alive. And I came the first time, actually I came online, and I saw this person, Mayra, and I was like, okay, she's gonna be my first target. And the next meeting, I went to that other place that we used to meet, and I love it. I feel like at home with new friends, even though they're different ages. For me, it was like, no problem, I like it in here. And since that moment, I didn't stop coming to Toastmasters. It was my first time hearing about this club in general, and then I noticed that they even have it around the world. And then when I started telling my friends in Mexico, they told me like, oh my God, that's amazing. I was in Toastmasters when I was at university. I was like, what? Okay. But since then, it's been 2 years, and I'm very happy to be here. And I always wait for Thursday to just come here, have a good talk, improve, develop my English, and see you, friends. Thank you.
Maybe not.
Yeah, okay. You're good.
Hi. There is something even worse than starting over again. Is starting over again in a different language. That's even worse. When I first came here, I didn't even know about Toastmaster. I didn't even know about anything. I was having actually a really hard time in my life. I was working from home. I was in the immigration process. I didn't have the right to even get a driver's license, so I couldn't drive anywhere, just staying at home, working, and then doing anything basically. So I was driving crazy there in my house. So I spoke with my husband, is the guy that you see sitting right there, and I said, there should be somewhere I can go to get to meet new people, to practice my English, because if this is going to be my life now, I probably want to improve my English so I can communicate with native speakers. So he said, you know what, actually, there may be something. Back in time, I used to go to a club. It was called Toastmaster. We should join. And I remembered that night I got pissed because we were married for a year and he just told me that. So all this time he knew about the club, but he kept a secret. I was like, why? I remember the first time I came here, the meeting was in Spanish. And I said, maybe this is not for me because I already know Spanish, and the point is not to improve my Spanish, it's already perfect. it's to speak. I know that sounds cocky.
No, as for that.
But the point was to improve my English and develop my language and communication skills. So I said, maybe this is not the club for me. But guess what? The next meeting was in English. And oh my God, in my head, I knew English in my head. But when I had to stand here, prepare a speech, or just answer a random question on table topics, I remember I had to take a paper sheet and write the question down so I can have time to on my brain to process the answer and the question and then answer it. Now, 1 year later in the club, 2 years later in the United States, I am way more comfortable, confident speaking English. I've been improving my work a lot, and something that I've noticed is that now at Toastmaster in this language communication skills has empowered me in a way that I just get into the room and I say hi, and I start speaking as if I were native, which I'm not, but I'm learning, and Toastmaster has helped me a lot, and thank you so much for listening.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my journey with Toastmasters first started in about 2017. That was where I began my first career, my first career move or first job in software engineering. So I worked at a place that was very technical, lots of engineers that, their specialty wasn't exactly interpersonal communication, right? A lot of people weren't super comfortable in just speaking. We weren't doing sales, type of presentations or really any type of presentations for the most part. And within our organization, somebody started a Toastmasters club. And so I heard, a couple of designers and PMs and other people starting to attend these meetings. And of course, you speak with people in different departments, and they said, you should come. And I think originally I thought that it wouldn't really be that much of a benefit to me in like a technical, non-salesy, non-communications role. But as I have learned through my career is actually that working on your weak points is something that can make you stronger as a whole, right? Just rounding it out. So I started to attend these sessions, and yeah, I think it became a very powerful tool for me, being somebody that was a part of a cohort of people that weren't very good at communicating, but I happened to have grown in that way. So becoming an effective communicator, I feel like, has shown to me, within my career, definitely some things that I thought wouldn't be so beneficial, but it has made me grow. And then even outside of career, just growing and working on my self-development, it's helped in so many different ways. It's helped me with just confidence, helped me with just going out in the world and meeting new people and forming new relationships. So I see Toastmasters as being a very valuable tool, just as a building block to somebody's well-being and their ability to just participate in really anything. So Los Amigos came into my life somewhat recently when I started learning Spanish, and I hadn't been in Toastmasters for a while, working on my speech craft. And I figured, okay, I should work on this again because I've seen such benefit. But now I've learned that I can work on it remotely through Zoom, which is a fantastic thing that Los Amigos offers. But it also offers me the ability to speak in Spanish and learn and improve my Spanish alongside my ability to work on my English communications as well. So Los Amigos has been very, very great to me. And yeah, these are just a few of the wonderful things that Toastmasters can provide. So thank you, and over to the next person.
Let me see if I can.
There you go. Perfect.
Thank you. I really like the bilingual format of Los Amigos. Yes, as Gala mentioned, if you went to a club that used English every week, you'd practice English more. If I went to a club that practiced Spanish every week, and since you can go online and there are clubs all over the world, that's not impossible, I could practice Spanish every week. But in this club, everyone is using their second language half the time. So everyone is sometimes helping and sometimes being helped. And that makes it, I think, much friendlier, much more equal, and everybody understands what it is to be working in a second language. So I have really enjoyed being in this club. I've been in this club over 15 years, and I recommend it.
My name's Mina. I'm in the right place. I actually have been doing Toastmasters for about 40 years. I started many years ago, like you, when at some company I was working at, and it was a great way to meet friends, and I learned a lot of really good techniques for starting conversations, which is why I have this lovely friend Jen, who's my neighbor. And I've actually been to this Toastmasters before. About 10 years ago, I was just looking for something to do, and I came, I don't know how long ago it was, could have been 15, but anyway, it was a while ago. I came to a couple, and I really enjoy it. I heard some really great speeches, and I would really like to improve my Spanish. I grew up in California. I took Spanish classes in high school. I have many dictionaries and bilingual books and books of proverbs in Spanish, and tengo mucho miedo por hablar en español. So I was super excited that Jen told me she's coming tonight, and I thought, I'm going to get in on that, and here I am. Thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping it going until I got back.
Okay, we're recording.
Hello everybody, so during my first stint at Toastmasters, it was back in 2018, 2019. As you can realize, that was before COVID happened. And hence why I was no longer able to be part of it, but if I could take a background as to what happened there is, I was recommended by one of my old managers, my first job, that I had a problem with my speech. It was nothing new to me. I was told by several teachers, friends, family, but I just kind of threw it in my back pocket. I never really did anything about it. And I mean, my entire life I lived with a problem, and I figured I could just grind my way through anything that comes my way, which at that point I did. The problem came once I tried to get promoted into a higher position at my first job, but the reason why I couldn't get it is because my boss sat me down one day in his office and he explained to me, this is what's really hard to sell with management. Of course, I was frustrated before then because I saw people come in, get promotions, and I couldn't get it. And so he told me, you are a very talented, very smart individual here, very valuable to our team, but if you cannot communicate effectively to internal and external customers, it really does not mean anything. So he recommended me to go see a speech therapist, which I did. I spent about 2-3 months with my speech therapist until she told me, I mean, you have completely gone a 180 on your speech, but you need to practice a lot more. I recommend you go join Toastmasters. So I looked for a club around my home. That time I was back in LA. And I joined one over by by Vernon, California. And it had a great time. It was quite introduction to me, and I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, after COVID happened and meetings were canceled, and they just never were brought back up. I'm sure they are back by now, but I never follow up with it anymore. At that point, I felt my future was much better. I got the promotion. I'm actually now working at a Michigan company now, so I can say it went pretty well. And now why I'm here at Los Amigos, it's a nice refresher to talk to people, keep practicing my speech. Sure, I still get a bit of a da-da-da-da-da every once in a while, but back when I was in high school, back when I was in college, oh man, it was bad. As well as a good opportunity for my wife to learn English as well. An opportunity for me to learn Spanish better as well. I mean, I spoke Spanish pretty once in my life, but there were times where my Spanish would accelerate faster than my English would. When vice versa as well. My English was faster than Spanish would, and this kind of gave me the practice I needed to keep developing my speech and just be a more effective communicator. And with that, I say thank you to Toastmasters for giving me the opportunity, giving me the stage, and assisting in my development as an individual, professional, and as a friend and family member.
Okay, we're recording.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you about why Los Amigos. I was shy. I'm a nurse, but I can only talk to 1 or 2 people, no more than 3. Let me talk to people and try to get more into people, and I'm saying, oh, these eyes are on me. I can't handle it. And I could not get promoted. I could not become a manager. I could not become a supervisor. Then I'm sitting at my Weight Watchers class because I need to lose weight. Guess who's there? The co-founder of Los Amigos, Creed and Allen. I'm sitting there. I'm shy. I have to give a speech to 15 people. I don't know what I'm going to do. Join my Los Amigos club, Toastmaster club. It will give you confidence. And we're also bilingual. We speak English and Spanish. Uh-oh. My Spanish is mucho. I call it mucho because I used to speak what my dad spoke, which was from the Zoot Suit area, which was the 50s, and not Castilian Spanish, which is what you really should be speaking. So she said, come to my Los Amigos class. It's Thursday night, 6:30. You're off that night. How'd you know? Because you said you work days. Okay, I'm coming. Guess what? I'm sitting there, and we were here at St. John's in the conference room. There's 25 people around this huge room, and I'm sitting now, am I really going to want to sit here with all these people? Here's Krita sitting here, here's Beth sitting here, and they're saying, hey, we need somebody to be a vote counter. What's a vote counter? I don't know. Well, I said, well, if nobody's pointing the hand out, why don't I do it? And they said, Lupi, you don't even know what you're talking about. I went, you're right, but I'm sure I'll find out. Guess what? I was so excited because of the speakers, because it felt more like a family. Los Amigos, it means the family. To me, it means the family. And guess what? Every time I come to the class, my husband gets jealous. He says, you're going to Toastmasters again? And I'm going, yeah, I got to go see my other family. And goes, yeah, okay. So every time I come in, I feel like I'm getting a hug. And believe you me, Los Amigos, when you're here at Los Amigos, it's not like if you would go to go to a meeting where all these people are talking and they're going, mm-hmm, sure, right. No, you come here, you're part of my family. You're like my cousins, and I love my cousins. So, Los Amigos, number 1. Toastmasters, number 2. Okay, that's it.